Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture to see how those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, we are here. We are about to review The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7, entitled Spies. Who's the spy, y'all? Who's the spy? All right. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. Also, if you are so inclined, please subscribe to my channel. And once you subscribe, you'll be open to a plethora of playlists of videos, television series, and movies that I have reviewed. All right, we are here to do this review of The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7, entitled Spies. I watched it, and I did a watch along. But baby, I just had to come and be real quick because I am utter confusion here. All right, so we start off the episode. We see old Moff Gideon's first officer lurking around the streets of Coruscant. And she goes off into this little back alley, gets into this back alley. She runs into a droid. She gives her PIN number. The droid opens up, and she is now FaceTiming with Moff Gideon. She explains to Moff Gideon that the pirates, because I think... Remember when the pirates decided that they were going to take over Navarro? They were funded by the First Order, or the remnants of the Empire is what I'm going to call them. They were funded by them. So their plans were thwarted by the Mandalorians. She lets him know that the Mandalorians have come together like Voltron, and they help save Navarro. Well, Moff Gideon does not like that because that thwarts his plans. So he tells her to, continue what she's doing, and he'll get back with her, and they FaceTime. Child, she get on my nerves real royally. Now, Moff Gideon goes back, and it's because apparently he's in a ship. He's somewhere. I don't know exactly where he is, but he starts walking, and then I'm like, okay, these are not the dark troopers he had at the first season or the end of the second season. What are these? Who are these troopers? Who are these people? Because he's just walking through. Because Moff Gideon loves himself a good trooper. He loves himself a good little robot. So I'm wondering, are these new robots that he is working with to, I guess, be his, because, he doesn't have the clones anymore. And you don't have the separatist army, the, what do you call those? The drones. The droid army. So he goes into this room, and you see these holograms of people. Now, I don't know exactly who they are, each person by each person, but I do understand and know that they are officers or moths of the remnants of the Empire, and they're in there having their Zoom meeting. Baby, everybody's going, everybody's putting their little 2 cents, and one of the guys mentions Thrawn. But Moff Gideon seems like he's a little hater. I don't think he likes Thrawn, or he wants to be the person who is head of everything. That's what I'm getting with Moff Gideon. He wants to take over where the Emperor has failed, I guess. Because you remember Darth Vader, all those people are gone. So he explains to them that he needs more resources because apparently there's 2 people that are holding the purse strings. Moff Gideon makes mention of it and says, you all are hoarding resources. He tells them what he needs. He needs 3. Did he say Imperial Guards? I think he said he needed 3 Imperial Guards. He needed some TIE fighters. He put his requisition in. He puts his requisition in. They tell him, what you need all this for? And he tells them, he says one word: Mandalorians. Baby. You remember in the episode, what is it, 7? So that had to be episode 5. When it was 4 or 5 when the TIE fighter went to Coruscant to try to requisition some fighters, and he couldn't get anything. Baby, it's a whole nother world with the remnants of the Empire, because baby, they they fulfilled that requisition quick, fast, in a hurry. All right, so then we get to Navarro, and it's just like when the pirates came, something is coming above. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. The people of Navarro just can't take a break. But I'm still interested, I guess, because Navarro's is basically the new Tatooine. Is that what we're looking at? Because they are so far out from the Republic that the Republic doesn't pay them any attention? Or is it the fact that Grieve Karga decided that they want them to be an independent nation? And because they're an independent nation, they know that the Republic is not going to go out there and to check on them. I'm not really sure of the strategic. So if anybody figures that out, y'all let me know down here in the comments. So we're on Navarro, and Grief's droid sees the sees the ship, and Grief Cargo breathes a sigh of release because he's like, no, don't you see the colorings on it? It's a Mandalorian ship. So we see Grogu, we see the family. We see the Din Djarin family, and I don't care what you say. Bo-Katan, Din Djarin, and we see Grogu. They're coming in. Grogu is sitting all on Bo-Katan's lap. Like, where is your car seat? You need to be in your car seat. Isn't there some space regulations for folks that don't reach 12 inches? They need to be in a car seat in spaceships at all time. I'm quite sure there is a. I'm quite sure there is a rule. But anyway. They all land, and Lord have mercy, you see the little tension because here comes the true Mandalorians with the foundling Mandalorians. Okay, everybody's a Mandalorian, but everybody thinks that their version of Mandalorian is the best version. They get down, they get together. The armorer welcomes them, into the camp. You see Paz Vizsla and all of them looking real funny because, like I said, the armorer is really wanting them to come together as a complete group. And I guess she's figuring out that you be very staunch to your ways, and that's not the thing. You all need to come together as Mandalorians. Now I am got my eyes looking on everybody because I'm trying to figure out who the spies are. Who are the spies? Because you remember somebody set Moff Gideon free. Who did that? And the Night Owls are bounty hunters as well. Did they do that? Anyway, they decide to get together and they're going to have a feast. But is it me? But did you see what they was eating? Now, were they eating the foundlings that they had from the episode when Paz Vizsla's son got jacked by the cacao? What was they eating? What were they eating, child? I need to know what that was because it was 2 of them, and they had 3. So what were they eating? They'd have messed around and ate the foundling. Anyway, Bo-Katan does her speech, and she says that we're going to go back and we're going to take Mandalore. She needs volunteers from each tribe. They get the volunteers, they go. But I'm just thinking, Moff Gideon is after y'all, and I know y'all know remnants of the Empire is after you all. So I'm trying to figure out why would you take the big ships and stuff like that? Look like you would take the small little squadron of ships to go to Mandalore. But they go to Mandalore, they send a little scout mission out, they go down. But even before they do that, Grogu gets him a new armor because apparently the Anzellans have taken IG-11 since they never did get the part. We never figured out what Din Djarin never got a part for the IG-11. They have repurposed it. Now it's IG-12, and it's a little it's basically a vehicle. So I guess that's where his car seat went. And I guess this is going to answer the question that he being so small and he's not going to be able to get around. So now he's going to be getting around in IG-11. Now, the only issue that I have with that is that I don't have any issue because he does need something bigger to get around. But number one, Grogu is able to go on missions and things that other foundlings are unable to do. And I don't have an issue with that if he was using his Jedi powers, but he doesn't seem to be using his Jedi powers, and Din Djarin does not seem to be teaching him or making it a big issue that he's not using his powers. Because now all of a sudden, you remember when this season happened at the beginning, Din Djarin was very ready for Grogu to be a foundling and work his way up to an apprentice. Now he's acting like Grogu can't do anything. He doesn't want him to be part of anything. So that's a little confusing to me. Either he is going to be a Mandalorian or he's not. So he's got IG-11. IG-12. So they come together like Voltron. So I guess they're IG Grogu. So basically, the shell is his legs. Honestly, they could have done this at the beginning. I think that this could have been done at the beginning, and that he should have been fighting with the IG-12. Anyway, we're going to continue on. They all decide to go to Mandalore. They get down to Mandalore. You have the scouts to go in, and I thought it was very interesting because a lot of those people from the covert, they have never stepped foot on Mandalore. So it was interesting to see their reaction to Mandalore. And then the Night Owls, that, it was also interesting to see their reaction to what was going on Mandalore. They get down there, they're scouting the issue, and then all of a sudden you see this ship like Waterworld, if you've ever seen that movie, flying up through there. And I'm like, who these people? Apparently it's a sect of Mandalorians that have been on Mandalore all this time. Now, baby, I ain't no fool. You're not finna fool me. They the op. You're not gonna fool me, because Din Djarin and Bo-Katan have all been down to Mandalore at least twice, and these people ain't showed up. It's a setup. It's a straight setup. Because where all these people come from? They hollering and screaming at Bo-Katan, hooty-hooing and whatnot, and she's talking and everything like that. But then we find out some information that while she was leading the Mandalorians, and this is the issue, that this is one of the things that we needed to know, she had surrendered. And then, Moff Gideon is going Moff Gideon. He did not keep his word. And that's when he destroyed Mandalore, because his whole option was to get rid of the Mandalorians. He was never going to get them to work with the Empire. I know in the it's either Clone Wars or Rebels that some of the Mandalorians were working for the Empire. But he was never going to get all of them. But he did want their resources. But I'm like, these Mandalorians have been here. There's no way in the world that they had known that Din Djarin was there. And they didn't, something don't seem right. But Mandalorians seem to be trusting Mandalorians all of a doggone sudden. They trust these people. Bo-Katan tells them that she's trying to reach the Forge. Again, here's my issue, because, the title of this thing is right down on this screen. It's called Spies. The armorer is the armorer. Mandalorian culture revolves around the armorer and their weapons. It's their religion. And the armorer has decided that she is going to take the weak Mandalorians that have been on Mandalore for however long that they've been on Mandalore and take them back up to the ship. She's not wanting to go see the Forge. Something don't seem right. Something don't seem right. So now we got the armor acting out of character. You got these old Mandalorians that have been on Mandalore since the siege. They suspect to me. But here we go. We're going to continue on. They go in and they tell them, oh, we know how to get to the Forge. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My spidey senses was tingling. I just like, something don't seem right. So they get down there. They go to the Forge. All of a sudden, this big old beast comes out of the I'm calling it the emerald glass. Comes out of the emerald glass. It wasn't the mythosaur. I don't know what that thing was, but it came out of the glass and started to attack them. It attacked the old Mandalorians. The the Mandalorians that have been on Mandalore since the siege, it attacks their Waterworld ship. They all scattered into the underbelly of Mandalore. They get down there, and then all of a sudden, you remember those troopers that we saw at the beginning that Moff Gideon was walking by? They all show up. I'm like, oh, setup. Because they're running around, they're shooting and everything like that. And then Axe Woe says, oh, we need to get reinforcement. We need to get reinforcements. And so Paz Vizsla like, okay, let me open up a little spot for you. And so he does cover fire. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where are you going to get reinforcements, Axe? Because number one, the armorer has taken the other people in the ship. That's the only ship that came down that I remember. The armorer has taken them up to the gauntlet, or taking the gauntlet up to the big ship to get them some help. You're going up in the hole, talking about you fixing to go reinforcements. There's a magnetic shield over Mandalore, so you're not going to get a signal out. Where the hell you going? Now, everybody in Op, because where you going? You such a big fighter. You fighting Paz Vizsla all on the old Mandalorians who've been there since the siege ship. You got big and bad with him. Grogu has to stop you fighting. And then when there's real fighting that has to go on, you hightail it back up through the hole. Where you going? Everybody's no. I'm not even having this. It's a whole setup. So Bo-Katan and the whole crew start going in, and then they start going in, and they're not even paying attention to the fact that Mandalore was destroyed. How is this section of Mandalore has lights and things going on? What's going on? Trap. Who did they come in contact with? Old Moff Gideon. Because now they started to look around. It's like he has got them trapped. I'm like, I guess that's why the episode is named Spies, because everybody is suspect. So they get caught up in there. So you have they go through these blaster doors. Some of the Mandalorians and also Din Djarin gets caught in that blaster door, and Bo-Katan and the rest of the group is back behind it, and so is Grogu. So Moff Gideon goes to pontificate, showing off that he has used Beskar armor to make a Beskar steel to make the suits of his new. I guess I don't know if they're actually people in those stormtroopers or were they robots. I really wasn't sure. He goes on and pontificates with Bo-Katan, telling her that you need to give me the dark saber and all this other stuff. He takes Din Djarin hostage. Paz Vizsla sacrifices his life for the group because Bo-Katan goes back through the back and she opens a hole so that the Mandalorians can get through so they can escape. Grogu not choked for, he's not doing nothing. Your daddy is taking it away and he does not have a visceral reaction to it. Hell, Grogu, IG-12 and Grogu, the damn spies. I mean, this whole thing, though that there was action in it, a mess. But R.I.P. Paz Vizsla, you went out like a G because you are a Mandalorian and that was the way. And then these little, I guess the Red Imperial Guards, I guess that's what they are. They came in and they took down Paz Vizsla, but I thought they were there to guard Moff Gideon. But they come in and that's how Paz Vizsla gets taken down because his is that a Gatling gun? His gun overheated, and so he did the hand-to-hand combat 3-on-1. He was holding his own, but they had some little stick thing that they just kind of stabbed him with until he died. And that was basically the end of the episode. Everybody was a spy. Everybody was an op. Those old Mandalorians, setup. They were a whole setup because, like I said, Dinjar and them had gotten there before. You didn't show yourself. You didn't show yourself to Dinjar. Okay. The armorer is suspect because you want to get to the forge. That's the main reason why you went. Now all of a sudden you want to go back up with the ship to take the sickly up there. Y'all could have stayed where y'all was at. You could have you could have put them on the ship, and I know that there was some resources on the ship that you could have used. Axe woes down there when it's time to fight and fight like a keen Mandalorian. You claim that you're gonna go up and get reinforcements. How you getting reinforcement when the armorer took the doggone ship? Mm-mm. 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 Good episode. It's a good episode because I've had this visceral reaction to it, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Too much stuff going on. But tell me what y'all thought about this episode. Who you think the op was? You think it was the armorer? You think it was the old Mandalorians that had been there since the siege? Do you think it was Axe Woes? Who is it that you think was the op? Y'all let me know down in the comments, okay? Because this was a mess. An absolute mess. All right, people. We do this every week. We have gotten one more episode of The Mandalorian. And then that's it for this season. I know that Ahsoka is coming out in August. I am not sure if there's going to be an episode of anything between now and August. Because honestly, they could have honestly waited until, let me see, because this is April, May, June, July, August. So that's 4 months before Ahsoka comes out. But we do have we do know and understand that Admiral Thrawn is out here in the unknown world, and everybody is very clear that Thrawn is supposed to be in charge. But looks like Moff Gideon is wanting to take over because he don't see no Thrawn. So if he don't see him, then he believes that he should be in charge. All right, people. Y'all again, get down in the comments and tell me what you thought of this episode, y'all. It had a lot of action, but honey, it pissed me off because I guess they think I'm just that stupid. It's too much going on, there was This episode made me mad. I'm just gonna tell you really true because everybody's the op if you let me tell it. All right, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, people, bye-bye.